esteemed Soul Masters, the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you. Masters, the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers: 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you. the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you. esteemed Soul Masters, the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you. the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers: 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you.
everyone, and welcome to the first ever Soul Master Tournament here in Seoul and New World, where Guilds is battling up for the championship. And today, we are your casters. My name is Fallen Sanity, and of course, together with Sayora.
Hello everyone, and again we have witnessed from the previous matches both the upper and the lower brackets, and now we will be proceeding to the next set of matches. This time around it's going to be a little bit different because from last week we were able to witness and their showcase of skills with a best of ones. Now that the bracket has been narrowed down, we will be proceeding to a series of best of threes.
Yes, best of three indeed. And again, we have a very interesting battle for today, and I'm very curious about what strategy are they gonna be using for today. Are you gonna be using a split strat, or are they just be using the all mid strategy?
Which is actually good because, again, like what we've seen from last week, there are so many variations of techniques and strategies that our corresponding teams have performed, and there are some wherein we weren't able to anticipate who the winner is going to be. But of course, going back here, let's look at a quick recap rather of what has happened from last week. So right now, this is the tournament progress of our teams, where in Fallen Fury Athena, which is Fallen Fury as the victors, and then Villain Era and Midji, where in Villain Era is the one that is hailed as the victors. Oh, actually, this is normally rather.
Yes.
And then Arcane Divine, wherein Arcane Divine, Arcane is the victors, and then Always G and Midji. Midji is the winner, and then right now, if you look at the lower brackets, those are the standings correspondingly, and we are now going to witness another set of match.
Yeah, speaking of witness, guys, make sure to catch the Seiya Ass later on because you're gonna be winning Razor Gold Pins. Yes, you heard us right. Razor Gold Pins is up for grab later on. So make sure to tune in to the match. And speaking of showing, yes, we're gonna show you right now. There you go. It's gonna be flashing on your screen right now.
Yes.
It's gonna be the guild lineup. We're
Yes.
talking about best of the best in the lower bracket. We have Nonoy on the left side. And on the right side, you know what I'm talking. It's always G.
Indeed, and of course, looking at the lineup right now, we do see Nongjo, Mira, Chimi, Sixma, Nongsun, Nongjae, Ling Ming Yu, Pixel, Lilab Kung, Amaking as their guild leader as well. We also have Nongru, Wanglab Kung, Ong Ong, Nongmo, Lila Kung, Starriser, Elizabeth Nea, Haru Danman, and Noi A. That is for the side of Team Ononoy. And of course, for Team Always G, this is a more familiar team that you are quite, recognizing.
Yes, definitely. So Always G on the side of these boys. We're talking about the guild leader of Nats. Same goes with Jag and Jank, Ma, and the rest of the guys. They're actually doing a predominant job actually on their run here, but apparently they are actually getting caught at the middle at the late game as well. But definitely, I'm telling you guys, Always is up for this match. Yes.
And in a bit, we will be witnessing what the community has to say for this matchup. Of course, we are going to, ask you guys, who do you think will win? But of course, again, for those who are currently watching the stream, make sure you tune in because in a bit, I will be asking you some set of questions that you can or will be able to answer into our chat so that you guys can get a chance to win our Razor Gold Pins.
Yes, definitely. Razor Gold Pins is up for grabs like what we mentioned earlier. All you need to do is just answer the question later on and our admins will actually pick the winner from there. And again, guys, if you haven't shared the live yet, you need to share it. Why? Because this is one of the hottest right now, one of the hottest games, one of the hottest GVG tournaments right now in the planet. Yes, I'm talking about the planet. And Seoul and New World doesn't want to stop there because this is actually their first ever Soul Master tournament.
Indeed. And of course, again, while we wait for the holding area to commence for both sides of the teams, again, we will be showing you the questions right now. And the first question is, what is the function of teleport in PvP battles? A, it attacks from outside the enemy. B, it revives fallen allies.
Oh,
C,
dude,
it
come on,
increases
let's
attack
go.
speed. Or D, it resets all cooldown. The character's cooldown.
Yes, if you know my name, that might be the answer. But yeah,
Yes, okay, for those in chat, this is your time to comment down which you think is the correct answer. And of course, 2 winners will be chosen here for the Razor Gold pin. So make sure to comment, and of course, don't forget to share as well the live stream so that you can get to invite your friends as well for their chances as well to win the pins.
yes. And other than pins, we have a lot of matches actually for today. But again, we're going to have like 2 guilds only, but this is going to be like best of 3, if I'm not mistaken. Best of 3, yes. So again, this is going to be a really mixed up of strategies. If game 1 is going to be taking Nonoy, what's the answer of Always G on the second game? Or vice versa, if Always G takes the first game, what's going to be the strategy on the side of Nonoy? That is the question that we're going to answer in a bit.
Yes, and again, while waiting for them, again, both of these teams, they were the ones that were able to dish out a different type of strategy in comparison to those that were in the upper bracket. So I'd like to really commend the team Noi Noi specifically as well, because they were the ones who actually dished out the strategy that goes for the longer time for it to be executed. And of course, for Always G, they're literally Always G. They do live up to their name because they really didn't give up until the very end. Just unfortunate though, because the time wasn't really into their hands. But that is from last week. We have yet to see what type of performance they are to execute for today's match.
Yes, and again, we're gonna check the question for the poll of the viewers and the community. Which seg will win the battle? Is it gonna be the Nornoy or the boys from Always G? Again, all you need to do is just answer this on YouTube right now. Just put your answer there and answer the poll as well. And make sure to support the family here. Nonoy or Always G. Let's go.
Definitely. And again, of course, this is where we also get to see, who your favorite or your supported teams are. This is also your chance to really show your support to them as well, because I'm pretty sure they're also watching the live stream as well, for whenever they do try to review. So this is your chance to basically, share your message.
Definitely. And as you can see, this is actually our day 5 of the tournament. So all of the strategies is already, most of them are exposed right now. So you have a reference what to counter, what to do on the mid game, or even on the late game, or even on the split push that you're doing. So definitely this is going to be a next level gameplay between these 2 guilds. Like what Seiya mentioned, Nonoy, they actually started the surgical strategy on their side. While on the other hand, the Always G team or the boys, they're actually very consistent on the first to the mid game. But again, they're kind of missing out a bit of push on the late game. But again, I still believe Always G can pull this off. But again, Noi definitely is going to be ready for this.
And we'll be seeing that in a bit, right? Because again, there are so many unexpected or unprecedented tactics that can come into play. But of course, let's see what the community has to say. And according to the community results, it's actually quite close. But this time around, they're rooting for Always G.
Yes. Again, once a G, always a G. Let's go. So Nono getting 43% of the community prediction. While on the other hand, it's going to be Always G on 57 points. But again, the question there is, can they live up on that 57% or that 43% will dominate the battlefield?
I mean, it'll really depend on how they execute their strats, right? And as well as how, they're able to really get the opposing team off guard. So again, guys, let's go ahead and proceed to the holding area for both sides of the team. And for those who are actually new into watching Soul Masters. Again, guys, this isn't your usual setup if in terms of PvP, because again, there are two areas that you have to consider, which one would be the main battlefield, and then the other would be the mining areas, both north and south.
Yes.
So just to distinguish the difference between the two, so basically the main battlefield, that's where the magic happens. That's where all the fights really do take into place and the objective takings. For the mining area, however, this is where the team actually gets to grind and farm for materials and resources in there for them to have the capability to use the said buffs, to which the guild leader only has the power to use them. So this is also in consideration to the timing that they are to dispatch these said buffs as well. And don't forget the soul flag as well, because in this game there are two objectives that or two goals that our team has to really consider. One, it's either the common tactic to break the base crystal, or number two, to collect a total number of 50,000 sect points. How do we collect the points?
Collecting the points is super easy. Basically, you have like 3 ways to collect the points. The first one is just killing Soul Masters. Every Soul Master that you can actually kill, that is equivalent to 10 points. Yes, boys, that is 10 points. And per tower, that's going to be 2,500. Yes. And every time that you're going to be winning the Soul 5B5, the Soul Master 5B5, that's going to be 15,000 points. So you need to be careful. You need to strategize where and when to attack your opponent. Just want to say, speaking of setup, like what you mentioned, the lights right now is super good. Yeah, I just want to say, wow, right now. Wow.
It's making me feel like I'm rejuvenated by the day. So thank you.
Props to the boys right now.
Props to the boys.
Yes. The lights are incredibly awesome right now.
On point. And of course, speaking of on point, I feel like both of our teams actually are also getting ready, set in stone for this matchup. Again, guys, this is best of 3. So whoever wins this first match is potentially a match point.
Yes, and at the same time, if you're wondering what guilds are in there in the server, we're talking about server 11 right now in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Noi Noi. Server 11 repping right now. And on the other side, can we show it? Can we show server number 3?
Yes, but look at the soul rings that they have. The amount of rings that they were able to grind.
Yeah. Server number 3, guys, is going to be always G. And like what Saya mentioned, this is where the Razor Gold Pins comes in. You need to have those top ups up and running to get those awesome costumes. Because in here, in Soul and New World, we're not talking about like fights only. We're talking about like cosmetics, those beautiful cosmetics right now. And here you have it, guys. Server number 3, the boys, always G. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, and again, as we saw earlier, right, into the holding area, if you notice those rings, those are basically the soul rings that our soul masters possess, and they were able to grind with the amount of hours that they were able to really invest.
The grinders, yes, we know that. Yeah.
So majority of these teams are able to participate in various, wild bosses and events that have happened in towards our game. So of course, 8 seconds on the clock. We're closely preparing to go in towards the main and mining areas as well. So this is something that I am looking forward to, because again, this is no room for errors at this point for both sides.
Yes, definitely no errors indeed for this one. Again, server 11, Noi Noi, and server 3 is going to be always G. Again, only the strongest will prevail on this one. And I believe Noi Noi and always G is setting up their playbooks right now in the battlefield. And again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, guys, make some noise in the chat. This is Noi Noi, server 11 versus always G, server number 3 in front of you. And here we go at the battlefield at the middle.
Very early PP over there as well. And look at the dishing out of the skills. They're trying to basically separate the members just so that they can get a bit more ground. But look at from the rears, already taking down
Whoa.
3.
Yes, as you can see, Noinoy right now is trying to push in. That's actually a good sandwich there coming from Noinoy. Noinoy right now is just staying at the middle, guys. Points right now is still on the in the favor of Noinoy. Always G trying to zone out on this one. Quick vacuum there on the side of Always G. No conversion. Yes, there is actually conversion. And here we go. The boys is up right now. Always G is going to be going for this one. They're going to be diving deep. But again, the rest of the side of Noinoy is falling back here, trying to push in one by one. But again, they need to be careful. Those sausages are protecting everyone. Dishing damage right now. SF right now there. They're trying to log in. But again, that's actually a good conversion on the side of Always G. Always G right now is actually doing good. This is what we're talking about. We want them to play their game, playing aggressively on the battlefield and playing zone as well. While the side of Nore, they need to figure out to win on the next battle on this one. This is going to be really hot.
That is true, as the vacuum does provide opportunity for Always G to go for that retaliation right now. And as you can see, they're actually fighting this based off of numbers. This time they're playing the numbers game, and if you look at Noino, they're doing their best to defend. They were able to take down 5 in the process with double PPs in store and sword formations on towards the rear for added protection. But then again, looking at this one, the vacuum, there's no follow-up, unfortunately, for the side of Nonoy. Meanwhile, on the other side of our lanes, we do also see some battle that's happening here, trying to break that towers. But then again, Nonoy is doing a pretty good job fending the members of Always G off. Was able to take 2 kills in the process.
At the back.
Look at the rears as well. The vacuum goes in. There's goes the execution, and as well, beautifully done by Nonoy.
Yes, Noinoy right now answering back on the side of Always G. They don't want to back down on any fight at all. Server 11, Noinoy, guys, in chat, guys. Your boys is doing the works right now. And here we go at the middle right now. Noinoy is trying to scout out at the middle. They're actually splitting, making sure that all sides are being scouted. They don't want to have those gangs actually from the flex team on the side of Always G. While on the other side, Always G is getting vacuumed. This is what you want on the side of Noinoy. You want the vacuum up and running on your side, but again, guys, the sustain is up and running. They already popped their buff. Again, Always G leading right now. Are we gonna see a jump here? No jumps yet, and here we go. PP's right now from the flank, from the right side. This is actually a go signal coming from Always G. Always G, you need to G this. Where's the G in Always G? They're getting wiped right now. Noinoy dominating the middle fight from 12 players down to 0. Always G falling back. Noinoy hitting the towers right now. Seiya, this is an insane fight right now.
There was no room for a follow-up for the side of Always G back there, as after they were able to eliminate the ones in the front end, the ones in the rear weren't able to really back them up as intended. So this is a good advantage for Team Nonoy to really take, because this is also their time to really win those fights through numbers. And speaking of, there's a lot of attempts in terms of crowd control for Always G, which they are having the capability of doing. PP to basically just try to sustain them in towards their lane to avoid any more casualties from Team Nonoy. But then again, there is the follow-up now for Always G.
Yes, SF right now trying to lock the back lane, but again, counterization. PP right now on the side of Nonoy. Nonoy trying to delay the remaining players, but again, quick SF there, locking everyone there. 2 players being locked up, but again, you need to get out of that PP.
Oh, no!
And Noinoy
Double PP!
getting wide. Double PP at the back, but again, that's not enough to wide the rest of the players of Always G. Always G on the other hand, popping the barriers right now, but again, he cannot tank that. 1 down, make that 2, make that 5 down on the side of Always G. From the G down to back, Noinoy on dominating at the middle.
This middle lane is kind of looking like a tug of war for both Nonoy and Always G, having a back and forth type of play for both sides, and also utilizing the ones in the flank. But then again, I feel like this is going to be stagnant if they don't really do something about it. Now let's look at the conditions here. Always G does have 2k resources to spare, or energy to spare. So I saw that there was a buff that was used Binance. So let's see if this has something of benefit in the ongoing fight that they're having right now.
Yes, and here we go. Nonoy right now taking the offense here. Ooh. Quick vacuum there on the side of Nonoy.
Oh, no.
And again, the rest of the players on the side of Always G is crumbling down. There is no air to breathe in on the side of Always G. They're trying to zone in. Here we go. Sharky very low. They're having a hard time here. But again, they're trying to snipe. Luca trying to fall back on this one. PP on the right side. They notice that there is one hard carry on the right side, or going north actually. And again, Noy is just zoning in. They don't want to commit. They don't want to overcommit on this one. But again, here we go. Wiki SF right now, dropping those Fox right now. And here we go. PP locking down those lows right now is actually in effect. And this is actually good inside of Nonoy. They're trying to split up. The damage is not 100% on top of them. They're trying to split up the damage or split up the crew. So Always G can actually choose one side. And here we go. Always G diving in, trying to take a bat on that AOE. No damage yet, but again, good exchange there. But again, no one wants to fall back on this one. One player, make that two players on the side of Nonoy. They are down.
I think this is a little bit of a misplay coming in from Team Nonoy, because if you notice, they were stunned thrice in towards that fight, which kind of gave an opportunity for Always G to go for the push, and as well as the counter play. So this is giving a little bit of a good sign for the side of Always G. But looking at the other sides of the lane as well, there are some crowd control situations that are happening here to prevent the tower from actually getting pushed. But then again, look at this one. They were able to shove it away. They were able to defend their turf, and now they're the ones going in for the attack. Although the siege cannon's doing its job in actually defending, or actually, you know, trying to attack and giving a little bit more time against Always G. But then again, if you look at the game earlier from the middle lanes, I feel like Always G was able to really capitalize on not just the less of the numbers, but as well as the misplay that have happened. And now looking back here in towards this side, there are backups coming in from Team Nonoy, and then it is forcing the members of Always G to go back. But right now, this is what's to happen, the 5v5 in trying to attempt to claim this soul flat.
Yes, and here we go, guys. This is the 5v5 that we want to see. First team who will win this will get 15 points immediately. And then here we go. Taking the back lane immediately. That's a 2v1 scenario at the back lane immediately. Trying to sustain, and here we go. Full HP still on the side of Always G. Always G still sustaining on this one. They can still flip this. But again, Saging, Noy is dominating on this one, managing to take out the rest of the players in the back lane. And there you have it. Noy takes the first 15K.
That was actually a good strat coming in from Team Nonoy, right? Because they were able to really corner out the members of Always G. So right now, just a little bit of compensation for Always G here. They were able to successfully defend their turret with such low HP. But then again, going here, they are the ones going in for the siege this time around onto the middle side. However, Team Nonoy is trying to play this through numbers once again.
Definitely Noy trying to slow down things here on their side. They don't want to overextend. They don't want to give any deaths at the side of Always G. Again, guys, for those who's watching right now, every time that you be killing one Soul Master, that is equivalent to 10 points. And if you want to prevent those players from taking points on your side, you need to be careful. And here we go. Speaking of being careful right now, one player on the side of Nonoy jumping at the middle. And right now, we are seeing like three players right now getting scattered on the sides.
This is interesting because they prioritized the sides first rather than the ones here into the middle. And now that was a siege, or that was an opportunity to seize the middle side. Meanwhile, onto the mining areas, we do see some base camping that is happening here on the side of Always G. That's why look at the amount of energy that they do possess right now in towards our board. So this is not really looking good for Team Nonoy at the moment because they don't have the capability to go out of their turf.
Yes, exactly. And again, if the main battlefield cannot produce any points at all, that's where the sub-battlefield will actually come. Because they can actually produce the points as well that the main battlefield is lacking. As you can see right now, Server 3, Always G is kind of having a hard time with defending. They've been trying to push, but again, the frontliners on the side of Nono is just, fronting and killing, sponging the damage on their side. And here we go. They are overextending on the side of Nono. And Nono doesn't want to fall back on this one. Always G wants to hit the back lane, but that back lane is pretty tough. Everyone is just falling back, low HP. All of the skills are in cooldown right now from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And this is going to be a problem on the side of Always G. You need to fall back, boys.
The potential comeback coming in from Team Nonoi right now, just capitalizing on the advantage that they have. Meanwhile, onto the middle side, it's a little bit scattered, but then again, they're doing their best to just try and fend off the members of Always G. But then again, they're quite united here for the side of Always G at the moment, as they are able to take down those with lower HP. They know what to prioritize, and they know what to, target first, which is a good thing for Always G. But then again, this won't really reflect much if they do not go on par with the current points that we have.
Yes, exactly. And I think Always G right now is planning for a safety net on this strategy, because they know for a fact that the pointing system is not in their favor. So the best thing that they're going to do is just attack the towers and hit the last crystal. And as you can see right now, Sage Cannon has been popped on the side of Always G. They have the energy, they have the resources for them to pull this off. But the question, can they commit in the middle? Because again, if you're going to be using that cannon, you need to commit as well in order for you to convert objectives or points, or objective to points rather.
That is true. And then looking at the rear, we do see LDA here just trying to pick off on towards the sides. Meanwhile, the members of Always G are also here trying to defend their turf as well. Because as you mentioned, they can't really afford to, have their turrets destroyed or have the towers destroyed. But right now, I feel like there is retaliation. Oh, the vacuum! There is a follow-up, however, by Team Illinois. But let's see how things are going to pan out here. They are low on HP, so this is going to be a little bit difficult when they do try to push for this tower.
Yes, this is what we want to see on the side of Always G. And here we go, Always G pressuring like two sides right now, trying to vacuum, but again, counter vacuum as well. Those Black Lotus dropping on top of them, sustaining everyone. Yo, another vacuum. A double vacuum on the side of Nonoi, but again, Nonoi capitalize it. Dropping AoEs, make that 3 vacuums. Always G getting vacuum 3 times. OMG.
The timing of the usage of the skill sets coming in from Nonoi is really on point, and it's really reflecting with not just the points that they are able to gather, but as well as the synergy that they are currently having right now. And the good part about this is they're not really neglecting even the other sides of the specific lane. So this time around, let's see what they can do to retaliate onto the middle side, because on the other lanes, they're doing pretty good.
Definitely. Always you right now at the middle. They're just sustaining here. And again, they need to plan out their second phase. Again, we are actually down to the last 16 minutes of our timer, and the fight is still ongoing. I believe they already they haven't destroyed the tower at the middle yet. I'm not sure.
If there is a good opportunity to use those energy, it is now. Because, I mean, I do understand the logic behind wherein they do have to collect these energy resources just for them to get it in towards the late game. But then at the same time, if you look at the score gap, it's quite big. So they need to actually close in that, or they have to make it closer just for them to have that potential comeback later on for the side of Always G. Meanwhile, for Team Nonoi here, they just really have to maintain this current gap or this current pressure that they are inflicting towards Always G. And that is a good feat, as we see right now here onto the other side of the lanes. Sure, they're having a bit of a difficulty in towards the middle, but their side lanes, however, is looking or really bearing fruit for the side of Team Nonoi right now.
Yes. And Always G pushing at the middle. This is what we want to see on this. Void Teleport as well, and the remaining players on the side of Nonoi trying to defend the middle. And few players, again, that is a bad positioning on the side of Always G, getting wiped again. They need to fall back. They need to decide right now what's going to be the plan. Because again, if they're just going to be pressing middle, there should be another lane getting pressed as well. Nonoi, on the other hand, has 23,000 points, meaning they have the lead on this. They can actually win when the timers is out right now, but Always G What's the plan? It's
Ooh.
already 14 minutes and 30 seconds.
With Team Nonoy at 23,000 points and Always G with 9-2, this is something that they have to consider right now. Again, they have to use those resources. They have to really come up with a strategy wherein it really goes in their favor. And for the side of Nonoy, the numbers do matter in terms of the player, so this is something that they're sticking with. For the side of Always G, they kept on being cornered rather, or being sandwiched in towards the rear. So this is giving the opportunity for Nonoy to really go in and push in towards this tower. So this is something that I feel like Always G has to really be cautious of, because yes, they do have the advantage on towards the front lines, but their rear, however, is some quite vulnerable.
Yes, and for some reason, they're just dropping those random PBs on the floor.
Yes.
Like, no one is hitting that PB, boys. Come on. And here we go at the middle. Always G trying to push in. And this is what I like about Nonoy. They know when to fall back. If they know that they don't have the skill, if they know that they don't have the firepower, they're going to fall back. And here we go. A quick PB for a single player. Can you... Are you even...
Could have been used in a more, convenient manner, just to, deplete more HP coming in from Team Nonoy. But right now, as you can see, look at the sides of this map. So there are a lot of members coming in from Nonoy and towards the front and the side. But then again, the usage of the skills coming in from Always G this time is being on point. There's the vacuum as well.
Here we go.
But where is the sustain? Where's the follow-up coming in? And there it is. Slowly but surely, Always G was able to make it work. A little bit too late for the side of Nonoy. There is the second vacuum, as you mentioned, plus the PP. But I think it was cancelled. But then again, trying to... You really stand in towards their ground here for the side of Always G. They were able to make things work, plus at least to maintain a bit. But again, down to the rear. They were wiped out during that time in towards the flank when the reinforcements of Team Nonoy has arrived. So this is something that is really intense because the initial thought of Always G finally being able to breach that tower now is just denied completely by Nonoy.
Yes. Always G. A brief second there, we thought that is going to be the comeback on their side. But again, Meow Meow on the side of Nonoy recognized that the boys needs help in the middle. They went in. Nats as well on the, as a guild leader on the side of Always G, trying to flank in. But again, it's kind of too late. You need to time everything every time that you're going to be clashing. But again, those PPs, their cooldown, 60 seconds, boys. If you're going to be missing out those PPs, you're going to be done. So you need to save those PPs in every crucial fight that you have. There is your love bomb there. And ESF right now trying to cast here. The boys right now are hitting the towers. This is what we want. This is what we want to see. Always G taking the objective left and right. Actually, this is Noinoy taking the objective. It backfired on the side of Always G. They're trying to push in. This is going to be the third tower on the side of Always G. They need help here. They need to focus up. What's the objective? They only have like 11 minutes on the timer. They need to save all their lanes and their points as well. Always G, boys, let's go.
Yes, and again, you do have to consider as well the 17k point gap here for the side of Nonoy and Always G. And again, just as we've mentioned from earlier, Nonoy is doing a pretty good job in maintaining their advantage. And for the side of Always G, they're slowly being breached in towards their top high ground tower. So this is something that they have to really time the skill sets that they have, and they can't really afford to be flanked from the behinds, because again, the more points or the more kills that Nonoy does collect, the more that it's not really going to be good for Always G. I do want to see the mine area as well. Really quite curious about it, but later on, let's check it out, because again, they were able to successfully defend this top high ground tower for the side of Always G. So they're slowly banking up on those points. They're also looking in towards the sides as well, trying to play it through numbers. But if you look at the rear, though, there is an amount of vision for the side of White as End
White,
here.
you need to run, boy.
Oh, but I think
you need
it's
to run.
too much. The amount of sustain, but there are the heals, the necessary heals. Can he escape? Can he go back to safety? But then again, he is greeted by 3 more members of Always G, not making it on time to go to safety. And that is a little bit of a breather for the side of Always G. But then again, let's see the area wherein the Soul Hall flag will commence. And right now, looking at what it is, so
Yes,
it's so Hall flag. It's right.
Yep.
So both PPs are dished out by the members. There is the vacuum though, plus the follow up coming in, and
Here
a
we
little
go.
bit too
You
much.
can still flip this.
Oh,
Here we go. 2v3 right now. 2v2.
Oh.
Make that 2v4. I believe that's gonna be a 1v4. He actually used ESF, so basically it's a hide right now. But again, he doesn't have an escape or any dash anymore.
And
He is done.
outnumbered.
He's done.
And again,
He's
still
done.
secured by Team Nonoy. Was able to gather 42,000 points right now. So those are
Yes.
two flags.
Yes, things are getting hot right now. I'm telling you, boys. But again, what's hotter than having a Razor Gold pin?
Yes.
Let's go for the Seiya Ask.
Of course. What is the function of teleport in PvP battles? Okay. What is the function of teleport in PvP battles? A, it allows team members to instantly move to a summoned location. And B, it revives fallen allies. C, it increases attack speed. Or D, it resets all cooldowns. But okay, that you guys can always comment down what you think the correct answer is for you guys to win. But then going back into the game.
And here we go, guys. Going back to the ball game, guys. Again, you're watching this first ever Soul Master tournament, guys. This is Nonoy versus Always G. Server 11 is going to be Nonoy, and Server 3 is going to be Always G. And as you can see on your screen right now, they have a huge lead on the side of Nonoy, trying to take out the first tower. They only need few more points to take this this win in the bag. While on the side of Always G, of course, this is still the first game. They can still bounce back. And again, 7 minutes on the timer. They need to focus down on destroying the towers. The only way they can actually win this is by just taking out that crystal out of the hands of Nonoy. But the question, does Nonoy give, that that sweet victory to Always G? What do you think about that? Can they still break it?
I mean, they already have the advantage, so
Yeah.
why would they allow Always G to actually get the advantage
Yeah.
at this point, right? So if you look at this, the reinforcements were well timed in towards this lane. So although although they were scattered, they were able to still get those necessary kills in towards that lane. Meanwhile, onto the other side now, I do see that Team Nonoy now is really standing firm onto their grounds, not letting this tower be destroyed. And this time around, they're the ones dishing out the attack. There is a vacuum coming in, but there is no follow-up for the side of Always G. So this is just an opportunity for Team Nonoy to really eradicate the current members that Always G have here. We do see some reinforcements, some PPs as well to deplete their health, but let's see if that's actually enough for them to back off, or is this more of a call for them to go for the tower dive?
Yes. And I think right now, Nonoy is very dominating on the scoreboard, not only the scoreboard, even on the fights. But again, this is actually a good start on the side of Server 11, which is Nonoy. While on the side of Always G, I think this is the perfect time as well to talk it over. Like, go back to the planning stage as well. Where to put your characters, or where to put the members. At the same time, Always G missed out a lot of that PPs.
If they destroy this, the tower is actually destroyed. That's why they do have 49k right now. They just need 400 more points to go, and they secure this one. Again, there's 5 minutes left on the clock. Always G cannot afford any more losses. They just need to kill 3 more. Oh no, actually no. They just need to kill a few more at least for the side of Nonoy, and they basically bag this up for the first few points. So again, 49,830, just a little bit more at least. They just need to either destroy this tower or just to get 4 kills. And look at, I feel like that's what they're doing
Yes,
right
they
now.
love bomb.
They're already advancing towards the inner high ground towers. So,
Yep.
I feel like this could be a wrap for Team Nonoy, at least for this first game.
Yes. Actually, a good start on the side of Always G as well. But here we go, guys. Wrapping things up, taking out the tower, and taking out 2 players on the side of Always G. Nonoy bags this win up in their belt.
Yes, but again, this is still game number 1. I mean, there is another game to which Always G can really get back to. But let's look at the main battlefield
we need
status.
we need
real
to say
quick.
his name.
Yes.
We need to say his name,
So
basically.
running in first, I love Soland.
Yes.
We love Soland too, with 257 kills and 101 assists. We do see as well Maimi Amaking, which is the guild leader for Nonoy.
Yeah, and then the next one is number 6 is Dragon, and the rest are kind of be mixed up. So again, this is actually a good fight on both sides actually. In some battlefield right now,
It's actually from Always G.
It's Always G. Always G dominating the sub battlefield or the mining field, while on the side of Nonoy, they dominated the main battlefield, taking out 5 towers, 997 kills. But in all fairness, Always G has more kills versus than Nonoy. So I believe that things will switch up on the second round. This might be a Nonoy's game, but again, I'm telling you, the boys is up for something on game number 2.
I mean, let's see how things are going to pan out, because this is technically a morale boost for Team Nonoy, right?
Yes.
Because the fact that they were able to secure game number 1, who's to say that, because they were able to secure game 1, it's a bit of a a momentum driven kind of play. So this could be an opportunity for them to seize in as well and secure this best of 3 series. However, for the side of Team Always G, it's not yet over for them, because they have the capability to take game number 2 to, for a potential game 3. But we'll have to see, because again, at the end of the day, this is how they are able to execute their plans. So looking at the stats alone, you have mentioned that both main battlefield and sub battlefield are dominated by the opposing teams respectively. Now this is where the game number 2 actually goes into play. We saw in game number 1, Always G wasn't able to fully utilize their energies. Maybe this time around in game number 2, this is going to be something of a different approach. Meanwhile, for Team Nonoy, they were able to successfully secure the soul flags twice. That all the more kind of really secured the game 1 in the bag. But then again, there goes the question is, what if they don't on game number 2? So this is something that we also have to take into consideration. But then again, for the side of Nonoy, since they were able to, so what's stopping them from doing this, similar tactic again for the next match?
Yes, so it's a matter of consistency and determination for the second round. Will Nonoy can they be consistent on the second round, or Always G? Can they bring up and raise the flag of server number 3 and tie things up on the second round? This is actually one of the fights that we are very interested in. And again, for those who's watching, make sure to cheer up your teams. If you are Team Always G, make sure to support them on the chat. Yes, they might read your chats. And if you're in Team Nonoy, guys, or if you're in the server 11, this is the perfect time for you to boost the morale of these boys as well.
Yes. And again, of course, for those who are actually watching the stream, again, tune into my Seiya Asks, because we're not yet done with my questions, because you guys have a chance to win Razor Gold Pins. And here you go. How does the siege cannon impact the battle? How does the siege cannon, like you saw earlier, impact the battle? A, it attacks from outside the enemy tower's range. B, it speeds up cooldowns. C, it grants extra health to the allies. Or D, it causes enemy skills to fail. So go ahead and comment down which letter is the correct answer here, and 2 winners of Razor Gold Pins will be chosen for the specific question. So go ahead, guys, guys and comment them down.
Yes, and that's it. Our game number 1. And ask guys, don't forget to answer that question. It might be letter E, if there is a letter E.
There's none.
Okay. Sorry. If there's none, guys. For the meantime, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, it's gonna be game 2 between Nonoy and Always G.
Esteemed Soul Masters, the first Soul Master tournament, attracting the attention of the entire continent, has officially begun. From this moment onward, your passion and strategies will forge legends. This is not just a battle for personal glory, but the ultimate trial to test the strength of your team's spirit. When the drums of war beat, only by entrusting your backed comrades worthy of that trust can you charge towards the throne of the top sect. Now let me introduce the rules of the Soul Master Tournament. The battlefield of the Soul Master Tournament is divided into 3 areas: the main battlefield, the northern mine, and the southern mine. The main battlefield can accommodate up to 40 Soul Masters, while the northern and southern mines can each host up to 30 Soul Masters. The maps for the northern and southern mines are identical and feature numerous crystal stones. Mining these stones provides energy, supporting battlefield skills on the main battlefield. On the main battlefield, there are 3 main routes for attack. Both sides have 10 defensive towers, 3 outer towers, 3 inner towers, 3 high ground towers, and 1 crystal base. The battlefield commander can use the energy obtained from the mines to activate battlefield skills for support. These skills can enhance the Soul Master's attack and defense, disrupt the enemy's defensive towers, rendering them incapable of attack, summon siege vehicles to strike enemy towers from a distance, and even teleport to rally teammates. On the main battlefield, defeating enemy Soul Masters or destroying enemy towers will earn tournament points. These points are crucial for determining the outcome of the match. The first side to score 50,000 points or destroy the enemy's crystal base wins the match. Remember, when the pickaxes of the mines resonate with the blades of battle, that is the true symphony of victory. The team that stands victorious on the podium will be the one that best understands how to conquer with both intelligence and cooperation, creating miracles. All Soul Masters, hear your command. Unleash your soul rings and let the entire continent crown you.
And welcome back, Solan players. Again, we are your casters. My name is Fallen Sanity and Ziara. Let's go!
Let's go!
Almost.
And again, of course, guys, you've witnessed the first game of our best of threes between Team Nonoy and Team Always G. So as we've mentioned before the break happened, this is also an opportunity for Always G to go for a game number 3. But then again, this is also a momentum-driven game, so this could be capitalized by Team Nonoy this time around. So just a quick recap for those who, just got into the stream, right? So in towards game number 1, Always G was able to dominate into the mining areas as well as to really prolonging the game as much as they could. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Nonoy, they were able to really secure 2 of the soul flags to really, increase all the more the points that they have secured, and as well as they were able to utilize multi-lanes in towards our map just so that they could not just gather kill points, but as well as to apply an amount of pressure against Team Always G. Now the question is, will they be doing the same tactic again here for game number 2 to secure their spot, or will Team Always G show us something that's unprecedented that they could potentially drive this to a game number 3?
Yes. Again, this is gonna be a good match. Second game will actually decide of the fate on the side of Always G. But I believe in the boys that Always G can actually do a comeback. And look at that costume right now. Wow.
Ah, yes. These are one of the
time
reasons.
to flex. Time to flex your costume.
Yes.
Again, in front of you guys, this is Always G.
And the rings as well.
Yes, exactly.
This is one of the reasons why I play this game, because
the cosmetics.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can just appreciate, give it time to appreciate the cosmetics that they have. It's really, it's giving ethereal, magical effects. And of course, going back in towards this game, pretty sure both of the teams have already discussed what they are to do for this one, because technically this is match point for Team Nonoy and Always G. There's a little bit of pressure there because they have to win this. This is a now or never type of feat for them.
Yes. And again, as like what Seiya mentioned, it's the match point on the side of Nonoy, Always G. They need to catch up, but basically it all boils down. They just need to play their game, play the game and enjoy, and everything will follow through on their side. On the side of Always G, on the side, yes, it is cosmetics. And on the side of our server 11, definitely Nonoy or the guild leader of Amaking, they just need to be consistent on this one. Stick with their strats and do nothing. Just stick on the strats and finish it off. Right, the early the better for them to do it. Because again, if you're gonna be giving time on the side of Always G, that's gonna be dangerous. Because Always G, if they see any opening, they will take it immediately, without a doubt. They will take it, and they might go for a 1-1. So Nonoy needs to be careful.
I mean, yes, there isn't really there's nothing bad with participating in skirmish fights for the side of Always G, because they are able to really succeed, especially when going in towards the rear or the flank areas of Team Nonoy. The problem, however, with at least what I have seen through game number 1, right, is that they kind of lack the follow-up whenever they go for the crowd control. Whenever the vacuums are up there, whenever they do it, and as well as PP for extra damage, the problem there is no sufficient follow-up to completely wipe them out. And I feel like that is where Team Nonoy enters the stage wherein they capitalize with the whenever the cooldowns of their skill sets are happening here. That is the reason why they were able to really amp up the scores that could have been towards the side of Always G. So I feel like this is something that they are able to take note for this game number 1. So this time around, let's see how Always G adjusts to their strat.
Yes, adjustment is everything on the side of Always G, and consistency is everything on the side of Nonoy. Again, we're gonna answer the questions. Who will bring the win here for our second match? Again, guys, if you have any vote right now, make sure to type in on the comment section, and we would love to check who are you rooting for? Again, are you going to be Team Nonoy or are you going to be Team Always G? Let us know in the comment section.
What's
And
your
here you go.
prediction?
Huh?
What's your prediction?
My prediction, I'm going to stick with the boys. Always G, time to flex, boys. Time to put
All
the
right.
playbook in the works. And here we have our first or second round here. Everything at the middle. Again, change of strats on the side of Nonoy. They're switching up from a plain sidestep.
Whoa.
Yeah, sidestep strat into all mid right now. Yes, I'm talking about sidestep. Earlier they have more players on the side, but they decided to go in the middle. This is what we want to see right now. The aggression, the skills are on point on this server 11. This is Nonoy in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, dominating the middle, sticking with their guns, hitting the tower all in.
Already had less than half
Yes.
HP. This is a similar strat that Fallen Fury that actually has executed into their previous round. So I feel like the side
Love
of
bomb?
Always G was able to, went into a bit of a surprise here because they didn't really expect the aggression that
Yes.
came in from Team Nonoy, who we kind of, got accustomed to see that they're
Yes.
more on the long run, right? So they are trying to go in towards the rear, but again, numbers do matter. And this time
Yes.
around, Nonoy wants to create a statement that they can do, as much aggression. They can execute this as much as anybody else. And speaking on the other side, however, there is a retaliation coming in from Always G, securing this tower to even up the scores.
Yes, this is going to be a base run right now. An exchange of bases, exchange of tower right now. I think this is actually on the side of Always G. They
Yes.
have the siege cannon as well. They're prepared to do what it takes on everything. And on the side of Nonoy, they're sticking with their guns at the middle. Again, they need to fall back at this one if they're going to be continuing pushing at the south side. Nonoy might take the middle out of the hands of Always G.
What I'm trying to see here is who gets to push the turrets faster. And for so far, we are seeing a little bit of an advantage for Nonoy, but then again, here comes the reinforcements. There is the vacuum, but where is the follow-up? There are
fall back?
the heals. There are other heals coming in from Team Nonoy right now. There is a little bit of retreat coming in just so that they can spend, waste the skills coming in from Always G just so that they can go for the counterplay. So this time around, in towards the other side, though.
Yes, and here we go. The base race is on. Nonoy versus Always G. Hitting up, and here we go. Quick vacuum there. No sustain. ESF right now. SF now. Landing those AoEs. And here we go. Always G, server number 3, taking out the tower at 50%. They still have the siege cannon here. If Nonoy wants to defeat this, they need to take out the players plus the siege cannon. But again, Always G doesn't have any plan on falling back. They're going to be going all in. They're going to be big and strong, pushing this one, forcing Nonoy. Yes, boys!
Reinforcements.
Nonoy is back out defending. Everything switched all of a sudden. And Always G setting the momentum. This is what we want to see on the side of Always G.
Yes, and this time, Team Nonoy was able to defend successfully in towards that high ground tower, but right now the scores are still close, but this is an advantage point this time around for Always G to, just pick up whatever they can. But the thing that's interesting here is that Always G still is, dominating into the mining areas, as you can see on the energy that is, being possessed by Always G right now. So here we go. They were able to turn the tides around, and they were able to set the equilibrium in towards the middle side of the lane.
Yes. Always G right now trying to force, trying to set a different tempo on this one. This is what I like about Always G. They're trying to pretend that they're actually concerned at the middle, trying to force the push. But if you're going to check the minimap, some of the players are moving to the different direction. They're forcing Nonoy to go on different objective on this. And here we go, trying to push in on the side of Always G. Always G losing 5 players. Down there go. Sharky very low, around 10% right now. Nats as well. The guild leader is down as well. No guild leader on the side of Always G. This is going to be really dangerous. But again, they still have time on this one. Whoa, those skills right now. ESF has been casted. All of those foxes are up and running. And quick PP dropping on in top of those players.
The shields though was able to actually catch that up, so and they were able to at least survive that turf. But then again, who gets to get the towers first? Because again, always G is now targeting a different side lane tower.
Yes. And I think Always G is putting a different pressure now on a different tower. Earlier, they're pushing for the third tower now on Nonoy, but Always G going for a different tower on the side. They know that they can, they know they're actually putting the objective here, or they putting the tempo. They know how to counter-initiate and push, but again, Nonoy right now composing themselves, trying to defend slowly but surely. Always G, they need to regroup in order for them to push. And here we go, speaking of regrouping.
Speaking of regrouping, this is exactly what they are doing. And if you look over here, there is no time for Team Illinois to go in towards the rear, as Always G now is capitalizing on their numbers, and they're doing it great. But then again, there is a moment where in the attempt from Team Nonoy is there, but unfortunately the number is just a bit too much in towards this lane, and now the opportunity to seize this tower is in the hands of Always G.
Yes. As you can see, that player, I love.
But behind though.
Yes. And here we go. Quick damage there. The Phoenix is out. PP is out. Everything is being slaughtered here on the side of Always G. And they got wiped out. That's going to be a team wipe on the side of Always G. And as you can see, the remaining players on the side of server 11, which is Nonoy, trying to push in. Tequila, you need to get out of there.
Oh no.
And again, Melody as well, trying to block in. They're going to be defending. This is the defense that they want to take. And again, they're trying to slow down. Meow Meow is very low. Meow Meow is on armor. Can he push in? No. Meow Meow decided to fall back. And the remaining players on the side of Nonoy is deciding to push, trying to poke in. Again, reinforcement is going to be back. PP, they're putting like one bait down. Quick PP there, quick armor there. ESF, SF right now dropping on top of that player. And Nonoy successfully pushed in. Majority of their players are in armor right now. Server 11 is dominating.
However, though, we do see Always G successfully defending this mid one. I was about to say that there is an advantage when you actually go ahead and push the mid one, because if you notice, the lanes are a bit shorter, so the route to go in towards the inner high ground towers is much nearer. But then again, Always G successfully defended that. That's why they do have a little bit of an advantage in towards the points. Now, this is where the pacemaker makes it.
Yes, Dragon right now charging in, but he is being ignored here. That PP hitting nothing there. OMG, Dragon, what are you doing? And here we go at the battle of the middle guy, ESF. SF right now dropping, guys. Majority of Always G is pretty low. Can they sustain? They still have like 3 players, 2 players rather. And 3 players is still alive on the side of Always G. Make that 1 player. And the remaining players of Nonoy is finishing off Always G in this battlefield.
Ooh, Team Nonoy was able to secure that soul flag. It's as if that they are basically, you know, conditioned into a specific scenario like this, especially when things are going a bit rough in the main battlefield. So they know when to actually, you know, try to keep up the stakes, just so that it's more of a high risk, high reward kind of thing for Team Nonoy, and it really paid off so far in, you know, acquiring this first soul flag. And now they are retreating back at the moment. They don't want to really get those casualties kicking in. They have to wait for the reinforcement. But then again, Killua, surrounded by 3, was able to go to the tower to protect, and was protected successfully. But there is the stun from 2. Let's see how this is going to pan out. There we go.
Killua is low.
Of the West Peak. But then again, they are in the turret range. So there is a little bit of a safety net.
Yes, I think that's actually a good push. Or good defense as well on the side. Oh, quick vacuum there on the side of Pixel. Pixel is not committing fully on this one. He's just waiting for backup. Majority of the skills on the side of Always G is still on cooldown. Are they gonna G on this one? And probably here we go. Elizabeth right now jumping in. That's a 1v7. You need to be careful, Elizabeth. You need to fall back. Vacuum in the air. Woo!
I mean, I mean, better to be safe than sorry, right? And
There you go.
at least the important thing here for the side of Team Nonoy is that they were able to defend the turret. They were not, able to give that point. But meanwhile, to the middle side, look at the action that's happening over here as they do attempt to destroy the middle lane. Always G really doing their best to defend this one, not giving them the tower that they want.
Yes, if you're going to check the score points as well, it's very consistent that Always G's number is popping up slowly. And as you can see, Nonoy right now is crumbling down slowly. Quick fallback, that's a good call. They're trying to waste the remaining damage or skills on the side of Nonoy. Nonoy, on the other hand, is very low. And I love Yup. I love Yup. Let's go.
Very interesting, but then going back here in towards the mining areas, this time around we do see a little bit of a slightly on par performance for both sides of the team. But then again, the mere fact that Always G does have a lot of energy to spare, that's something that we also have to take into consideration. But is that they were able to destroy actually the high ground tower here, and they are actually poking off that base crystal.
Yep, that is what you call pugak in the pugak strategy of Always G. You cannot count out the pugak strategy of Always G, guys.
But, I mean, we learn something every day, everyone.
Yep. And here you go, guys. Nonoy doesn't want to stop. If their tower got destroyed, they're gonna answer back. They want to take the middle tower, but the remaining players on the side of Always G is still defending while the rest are pushing. This is the strategy that they're pushing. They're dropping arrows, those Jumos right now.
Yes.
Trying to hit the players, but no hit at all. Again, good defense here. Always G putting up the turtle defense left and right. But again, Nonoy decided to go in. This is going to be a full push coming on the end. But again, the majority of the players are getting low. Again, the debuff right now on the side of Always G is up and running. Everyone is moving at the middle. This is actually a go signal on the side of Always G. Quick vacuum there. This is the time to punish. PP's right now on the spot. Telling you boys, on the spot PP, but the rest of the side of Nonoy is still alive, trying to jump on the back lane, trying to buy some time. No reinforcement on the side of Nonoy, but Always G trying to finish off the remaining players. No tower, yes, still has a tower with 70%.
Oh, that is actually interesting. I was about to say that this time around, Team Nonoy goes for the slow play. And if they do go for the slow play, that's where they, they capitalize on things the most. But the fact that Always G apparently has an iron wall. Whenever they need to defend, they defend, and they go all out. And this is the fruit of, their labor at the moment. They were able to thrive in, and this time they are the ones that are running in towards the middle side of the lane, trying to go for the potential counterplay. But if you look at this, Team Nonoy already in their sides as well.
Yes, they need to be careful on those lockups, those SF right now. The Great Wall of Always G is here, trying to push now the remaining players of Nonoy. Nonoy right now is trying to counter-initiate those vacuum, is not taking effect. Guys, you need to fall back right now. Nonoy is falling back slowly, but again, the gangs right now, left and right, trying to attack the middle. They need to attack the back lane because there is the support. You need to find the support. I love Yub right now, jumping in slowly but surely. The vacuum! The 18-man vacuum of Nonoy!
The PPs, though, was able to actually prevent the rear ones from Nonoy to follow up in towards that vacuum. But then again, going back over here, look at the sustain of the Sword of the West. Peak was able to actually take down 4 for the side of Team Nonoy, and now they are retaliating back. They are the ones who's trying to defend this turf, and with such a low HP from that turret, Team Nonoy was still able to deny that push from Always G, and now they're the ones with the attempt of fighting back. Double PPs on the floor, and this is unfortunate because he has to catch it by himself. But then again, going back here in towards this game, it's not yet over, Fallen, because the reinforcements have arrived. Sword of the West Peak was able to take down 10 from the side of Always G, and now they're the ones that are pushing once again for the side of Team Nonoy, and they're breaching in the high ground tower.
Yes. Always G trying to defend. The last defense of Always G trying to put up the wall right now. Vacuum on the side of Nonoy, trying to deal huge damage there. ESF, SF right now dropping on top. And everyone is smiling right now. Nonoy trying to finish off the remaining players on the side of Always G. Always G answers. And they want to take the towers, but the tower is still healthy on this. And right now, everybody's crumbling down. Even Seiya can't say anything right now. She's just shocked, guys. Basically, OMG.
I mean, if you look at this, I mean, we have been mentioning earlier, the Team Always G and their Iron Wall is something, is a force to be reckoned with, and this is something that, you know, Team Nonoy has to really watch out for. But then again, they're still holding the grounder in towards the high ground tower. Look at this though, however, Always G with the strat of cornering them and sandwiching them was able to sustain the fight, and now once again a tug of war. This time around, Always G with the nth attempt to push once again. Team Nonoy, however, they are making a stance. They're not letting them pass through anymore as they should.
Yes, and here we go. Trying to finish up the job here on the side of Nonoy. Nonoy's reinforcement is here, dropping those Black Lotus, those locked ups. But again, quick jump there at the back lane. This is what we want to see on the side of Nonoy. You need to disable the support system on the side of Always G. Always G right now is crumbling slowly. They're actually falling back on this. They know on the side of Nonoy they are actually up for something. Here we go. There you go, guys. The split screen, that's what I'm talking about. And Always G trying to push a different tower, trying to set a different tempo. While on the side of Nonoy, they're actually eyes on the prize, taking up the middle, because that's the only thing that they can actually finish off on this.
Again, we do have two objectives to take into account here. It's either you gather up the points or you go for the base crystal. This time around, both of the teams did have a very similar strategy when starting off this game. And this time, we see that Always G is capitalizing not just a single lane, but all the lanes combined.
Yes.
And this is adding a lot of pressure to Team Nonoy that leaves them to be reactive on whatever Always G is dishing out right now. Because if you notice, they do not really stick to one tower at a time, but then again, they do it simultaneously just to get a specific reaction from Team Nonoy right now. And because this turret is under, you know, half HP, this could be an opportunity for Always G to even out the points, because they were able to gather right now. But then again, Team Nonoy is not backing up.
Yes, and I just want to commend the scouts on the side of Always G. They cannot perform this like the Pugak strat if their scouts are not on point.
Yes.
So basically, what they're using is they're sending out like multiple players just to scout every point in the area. The moment that they saw like huge forces in one area, that's the time that they're going to be reacting on the different position. Like I mean, going back on this one, everyone is actually going at the middle. This is actually the chance on the side of Nonoy to finish this off. But again, this is actually a good reaction. Yes, like what I mentioned, they have the scouts. Always G has the scouts on this one. They know where to put their forces. They know when to fall back or TP back on their base, and when to attack. And again, scouts is doing a great job here on the side of Always G. They're actually reacting perfectly. Nonoy, on the other hand, basically their strategy is just press off or press in on the damage. Again, they still have a second option, ending this match with a timer, with the high points. Again, few more minutes, we're gonna see the 5v5 again.
This is a good, you know, demonstration of Always G trying to prolong the game, because if you notice, only a minute left before the next flag appears. So this is again their second opportunity to actually, you know, redeem the points that they can as much as, you know, they could. And for the side of Team Nonoy here, although they are advantageous on points, they're kind of losing in terms of the battles in the main battlefield. So this is something that they have to consider, because they're being reactive. They're not the ones that are setting the pace.
Yep.
They are going in towards the pressure of Team Always G, and this is something that they cannot really hold on for too long, because they cannot be a bit too complacent just because they have the capability to, you know, claim those soul flags. But what this is the thing that they have to consider as well, that if in the event that they do not claim it, at least they do still have a fighting ground by maintaining a lot of points in their hand while this flag isn't, you know, spawning it.
Yes, I agree on that one. And as you can see, they're just trying to hold off the middle right now. Okay.
With PPs there, was able to eradicate 4 from the side of Team Nonoy at the moment. There is a little bit of a counter coming in. There is the vacuum, but of course, before anything else, this is the fight that we are to anticipate. Who gets to claim this to basically, you know, secure the victory if it goes into the hands of Team Nonoy. So now the game is on. We do see Team Nonoy a little bit of aggressive here in towards the entrance. They were base camped here, eradicated by an inch with a single member remaining. This is a bit unfortunate for Always G.
Well, I think Always G has a plan on this one. Again, they're trying to buy some time on the battlefield while they're trying to attack. As you can see, in front of you guys, majority of the players on the side of Nonoy is defending because they used that battlefield to buy some time in order for them to attack. Majority of their core players is in that battlefield.
Yes.
Again, they're going for the push rather than for the points as well on the side of Always G. That is the goal. Just break the last crystal and win this match. While on the side of Nonoy, points is everything in their area, because again, they're sitting at 44,000 points. They just need to bag it, basically.
This is basically a showcase of a defensive strat, as you mentioned, right? One is going for the crystal, as you mentioned, like what is happening
all in
right
push.
now.
Here we go.
And for Team Nonoy, they go for the points. But then again, you have to consider there is still time for Team Nonoy to defend this, because if you look at the back areas, that is where some of the members are at. So they're just basically buying some time to shift the focus of Always G from the base crystal to them.
Yes, I agree on that one. And the question here is the aggression shifting now on the side of Nonoy, or Always G still on control on this? If they want to finish this off, wow, that's a big drop.
Look at the wipeout
That's
for both.
Actually, yes, that's actually a big drop on the side of Always G. They lost on that fight. This is an advantage right now on the side of Nonoy. They can actually capitalize and finish this off. And as you can see on top, on that platform, we have several players on the side of Nonoy spreading out. But again, quick call right now. But again, that vacuum. They're being caught on that vacuum numerous times. And here we go on the fight, guys. Left and right, they are distributing those ESF, dropping those damage.
They're
right
separated.
now. And right now, Nonoy losing that fight for a few seconds. We thought that they can actually end this, but Always G still has the will to push this.
If Nonoy is going to go for points, I feel like at this point that they just, have to really hold their ground and just go for the kills if they really want to target the points, right? Because right now we're seeing that they're having a little bit of a difficulty in basically finishing this off. So right now, let's go ahead into my question. Third one. What effect does interference have in a tournament match? Again, what effect does interference have in a tournament match? A, it temporarily disables enemy defense towers. B, it removes all buffs. C, it resets enemy health. Or D, it increases ally attack speed. So again, guys, what effect does interference have in a tournament match? A, B, C, or D? Go ahead and comment down your answers in towards the chat, and 2 winners can get a chance to win Razor Gold Pits. But speaking of win,
yeah, speaking of win, right now we're still on the 5-minute mark of our match between server 11 Nonoy and server 3 Always G. And here you have it, guys. They're trying to defend right now. The crystal is pretty low. The crystal that you're seeing right now is on the side of Always G. More push here, few more HP, but again, the rest of the players of Always G is going back on a Repel here. They want to defend this. And again, here we go. The remaining forces, the remaining backup on the side of Nonoy is here trying to deal damage. But again, Always G putting the wall up on this one, making sure that the crystal is safe.
It's still alive. They were still able to defend it by the short health that it has remaining, and now they're the ones with the attempt to push it back again. So there are two options once more for Team Nonoy to finish this. One, either they force the to break the crystal. Two, buy some time because again they do have the points, up on their sleeve. So it's either of the two. Oh, by the way, I'd like to correct myself. The say I asked earlier from the third question, that's just one winner. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, one winner, yes. But don't worry, you have more Zaya ask questions for later on, alright? But going back.
Yes, going back, the winning condition here on the side of Nonoy, like what Zaya mentioned, is again ending this with a leading points or destroying the crystal that you saw earlier that's actually below 10%.
It's so low.
Yes, and on the side, here we go. Guys!
They're making it!
push!
They're doing
The
it!
wrecking ball! Brah! The ultimate distraction! Yes!
The ultimate diversion. The ultimate diversion came into play. And we have witnessed the prowess of Team Nonoy right now. And of course, looking at the stats right here, once again, we do see I Love Yub Yip to be able to be ranking into the first one with 239 kills. Although, on the other side, if you look at the rankings, respectively, we do see that Always G was really banking on kills. We're really capitalizing on all of those flanks, those skirmishes, to which they were able to, gather up more kills in comparison to Team Nonoy. However, in terms of objectives, that is where Team Nonoy was able to, bank their points on, because not only were they able to again for the second time around claim those flags, they were also able to go and react in a way that the objectives really went into their favor at the end of the day. But before anything else, can you explain to me and the viewers what Pugak means?
Oh, it's actually it's a push and gank strategy. So
push and gank.
Yes, everything that you're pushing, you can actually put like few players, like few flex team, hit the back lane.
So it's like
pushing, then hitting the back lane. The gank.
So TLDR, guys, it's a sandwich strat. That's what he said. Okay, so thank you. We learn, we learn something every day, as I mentioned, and and of course, going back. And of course, again, going back, again, the push and gank strat was really working wonders.
It's working,
Yes, it was effective to an extent, but then again, you also have to commend actually the iron defense that
the Great Wall of Always G.
that Always G has, because again, their initial strat to, if the base push or the base rush wasn't really in favor for them, they're going to go for the long game. And they were able to, because they were able to prolong the game in a manner wherein two of the flags were spawned, right?
Yes.
But unfortunately, though, Team Nonoy was able... But of course, we go here to the next set of questions of Zaya asks, how to strengthen the spirit ring? Again, guys, how to strengthen the spirit ring? Why don't you give them the choices, right?
Yes.
Give them the choices. Come on.
Hey, question. The letter A. That's gonna be a hunt soul.
Actually,
by reaching max level, A, by reaching max level.
Yeah,
B, by crafting weapons. And C, by trading with NPCs. And letter D, hunt soul beasts and obtain divine.
There you go. Okay. Okay, there you go. And of course, there would be one winner of a Razor Gold Pins for this question. So make sure you guys comment which you think the answer is correct for this one. All right. And of course, again, we have seen the Team Nonoy was able to secure game number 2. And again, congratulations, as they will be the ones to advance into our brackets. But still, GGWPs to Always G, because again, they were able to showcase us that they are a force to be reckoned with, especially with their defense tactics.
Yes, definitely a GG well played on the side of Always G. putting up the works, and like I said, they started really strong at the middle as well, and they almost had it. They actually almost had it, and the plan was there. I really appreciate the plan, and I just want to commend the shot caller and their commander as well, putting out like few traps as well that can actually lead to their win. But again, Nonoy has a what do you call this? Has a really good force when it comes to fights. They capitalize on the fights, snowballed immediately when they saw they can actually take out the forces and convert it into objective into points.
That is true. And of course, speaking of forces, let's see the forces with the updated brackets that we have right now. So again, as we see from the previous matches from last week, this is their journey. But this time around, we see that Team Nonoy was able to really go beyond and advance through our brackets. But don't worry, we have more matches in store for you guys, because up next for tomorrow's broadcast, we have Team Athena versus Team Divine. And the day after will be Villain Era. This is already the losers bracket, right? On the day after, we have Villain Era versus Arcane. And finally, on the 27th, we will be witnessing Fallen Fury versus Midji.
Yes, a very exciting days that's going to be coming to us. And again, guys, this is actually our day number 5 for the Soul Master Tournament. And again, I believe everyone is pretty excited to see the other guilds, how they can actually perform on this tournament. Yes, this is the code, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to claim it
yes,
too.
make sure to screenshot that or just claim it right away.
Can I also claim it? Because, I personally play the game. Okay, but of course, guys, again, to those who are actually playing, you can claim this code for you guys to get exciting rewards as well. And don't worry, there will be more on the upcoming broadcast days to come, like what we've mentioned earlier. So go ahead and, check that out. But again, for the final Zaya asks of the night, which martial soul offers range damage using sword energy? Which martial soul offers damage using sword energy? Is it A, the Keisha sword, B, the blue silver grass, C, evil fire phoenix, or D, Haoshan hammer? Can I add an option?
What?
B, sausage. No kidding. Go ahead, guys, and add and go ahead and comment down which answer you think is right for you guys to win Razor Gold Pin. Take note, one winner for this question, so you've got to make sure you get that answer right in the comment section.
Yes, definitely. Razor Gold Pins is up for grabs, and if you want to get those awesome cosmetics in game, this is the perfect time for you to get this via answering the Zaya Ask.
Yes. So go ahead, guys, because again, in a bit, I feel like after this broadcast, the winners will be announced in the respective social media pages. So make sure as well, guys, to follow Soul and New World in their respective social media.
Yes. And again, if you haven't downloaded the game yet, and we suggest that you download the game if you had fun watching and listening to our commentating. Make sure to follow or subscribe as well on the YouTube platform as well. And again, guys, it's been a ride. It's an awesome matches. Nonoy versus Always G. They gave us a perfect night out for today. And again, this is going to be our day number 5. Tomorrow is going to be our day number 6. And for the meantime, guys, we're going to head off. Again, we're your casters for tonight. My name is Paul Santi, together with Sayora. See you on the next one.
Bye.